Hi, I'm Adam and welcome again to Studio Allison, brought to you by Allison Transmission, a leading technology company specialized in fully automatic transmissions and electrified propulsion solutions. Today, in this Extreme Forces episode, we will explore the fascinating world of extreme vehicles and trucks operating in off-road applications. During the show, we will bring you on a journey to learn more about how these exceptional vehicles can drive in the toughest conditions, driving in the grueling heat in sandy deserts and on immense sand dunes, maneuvering through slippery snow, ice and water, or climbing on mountains of rocks. During the show, we will tune in on why and how Allison can make a difference for your fleet when downtime is not an option. Today, joining us in the studio are Meltem Durac and Henk Lemon from Allison. Hi there. As market and technology experts, they will provide us with some interesting insights and comments about the very special vehicles our guests will be talking about today. I'll first talk with Vittorio Crevero from Astra Industrial Vehicles and learn why they need a fully automatic to pull up to 300,000 kilograms of weight with a truck. Then later on, we will talk with the members of the Dakar Rally team about their ambition to drive an electric truck in the Dakar Rally, one of the toughest races in the world. So an exciting program again. Hi Henk, Meltem, welcome to the studio. Henk, from what I understand, beyond your technology expertise, you have quite some experience visiting off-road vehicle fleets around the world. So do you have a story you can share with us from one of those trips?
Yeah, sure, Adam. I have. Some years ago, I visited underground mines in Australia. And you know how large Australia is.
Yeah, huge.
So you can imagine those mines were in the middle of nowhere. It was a long journey to travel from the Netherlands, but it was an exciting experience. What I noticed while I was at those mines, these drivers, they get in for 2 weeks, working non-stop, stay in a hotel, and then after 2 weeks, another new driver group come in to take over. So the team and the trucks, they run in shifts 24/7, 365 days a year in, year out. So clearly, uptime of the fleet is critical.
Sure, and quite a special kind of job in an extreme place. I can imagine that beyond a dedicated team, this requires specialized technology to meet those conditions. So how can a fully automatic transmission and the torque converter and continuous power help these teams do their jobs?
Well, yeah, when you take the example of the underground mining crew, as I mentioned earlier, these trucks, they go down in the underground in empty condition, and they go down in a spiral shape, sometimes as deep as 1,000 meters.
1,000 meters, so a kilometer underground?
A kilometer underground. So down in the mine, they get their load, for example, gold ore between 60 and 70 ton, and they haul it up to the crushers, which are located at ground level. This loaded uphill operation can take more than 1 hour. Wow. So that's a long time. And these underground mines are very narrow, with steep grades and oncoming traffic. So you want to make the ride as smooth and as easy as possible for them.
Sure.
Yeah, this way they can better focus and keep an eye on the road and the steering wheel. And therefore, a fully automatic transmission with a torque converter and continuous power technology is critical and has many advantages over the manual or even automated manual transmission, where power drops at every shift. The main secret of the fully automatic lies in the torque converter.
Okay, sure. So tell me more about this torque converter.
Well, when you look at the 3D model we have on the table here, this is our new TerraTran product. The torque converter is highlighted. And when you look at the normal vans, as you see on the image, sitting opposite of each other. When one van is driven and is blowing air towards the other van, then the other van starts moving. That's basically how our torque converter works. Instead of air, we use fluid, and the pump fan is connected to the engine, and the other van, which we call a turbine, is connected through the transmission to the wheels. And in between those two vans, we have a very important small fan, which we call the stator.
Stator. And what does a stator do?
Because the stator can only rotate in one direction, the fluid will be redirected for a second push against the turbine. And that ensures for smooth engine torque multiplication. About twice the engine torque at standstill.
Twice?
Yeah, and this results to more traction to the wheels and increased performance even on those steep grade. You can see this torque converter as a compact, fully hydraulic transmission, and it is continuously variable as well. Since we use fluid for all motion, it's wear-free and it minimizes wear and tear of the transmission and the complete powertrain for these off-road vehicles, which operate round the clock 24/7. And since it's automatically shifting, it's very easy to drive without training, especially for this continuously changing crew, as I mentioned earlier. Yeah. Everyone can drive it and drive it smoothly.
Oh, thanks, Henk. That makes perfect sense. Even as a layman, I understand the technology a lot better now. Let's now smoothly shift gear to Italy and see what this technology means for fleets and trucks operating in some extreme applications and conditions. And now over to Vittorio Crevero, Sales Director of Astra Industrial Vehicles, which develops specialized vehicles for heavy duty and super heavy duty missions. Hi, Vittorio. Very nice to meet you.
Very nice to meet you too. Thanks a lot for your invitation.
Now, I've already briefly introduced Astra and its sister brands under the CNHI umbrella. Can you maybe highlight for which kind of jobs and special duties your Astra trucks are used?
Of course, with a lot of pleasure. I could spend hours and days to explain you which are the main skills of our trucks. I will try to be much more brief. Actually, Astra truck is the only truck built and designed to perform certain tough heavy haulage mission. All the other trucks on the market have been built for a multi-purpose mission, while Astra truck is the only one built to carry as much tonnage as possible, to pull as much tonnage as possible for all the most tough mission you can find on the globe. We start from job construction, mining, quarry, oil and gas, heavy haulage mission. So at the end of the day, we are very great to be challenged for whatever mission, worst mission our client would like to try to perform our trucks.
Yes, very impressive. And you don't see them on the roads very often, but I do remember being stuck behind one of those huge transports for a while. Now, looking at such heavy duty and heavy weight applications, how do your customers benefit from Allison fully automatics? I mean, given its low speed, you could say there's not much to it, really.
Look, we are fitting the Allison gearbox, I guess, since over 20 years on our trucks, and we have never matched any difficulties in fitting this kind of automatic gearbox on our truck. I would like to tell you instead of that is the perfect marriage between the Allison gearbox and an heavy-duty trucks like our can grant to all clients working in this kind of industry the best performance. The torque converter of the Allison gearbox, which is able to multiply to double the torque in output from the gearbox, assuring the possibility to pull over 300 tons in a very tough mission or carry 50, 60 tons of payload on top on our trucks. The fact that the torque converter can grant a fluid change of gears assure us a smooth increase of speed whenever needed, or a very important acceleration whenever the truck would match or meet tough moment during its performance.
Yeah, sure. And I can imagine you want to have those loads moving nice and smoothly.
Yes, of course, it's very important for a truck like our truck working with so big tonnage or carrying or pulling so many tons to have the possibility to use and adopt a gearbox very smooth in the gear change, because thanks to that to this application and thanks to the torque converter, we can have whenever we need the speed needed for the application. For example, we have performed some tests in Bagni di Lucca in a quarry application with a specialist driver, Matteo Valenti, where we have tested this application and we had a very excellent result.
Well, thanks for bringing that up, Vittorio. We will for sure show this right after our call. Grazie mille for sharing these interesting extreme truck applications and insights.
Fango, pietre, sassi. Per sopravvivere in questo ambiente ostile non basta un camion normale, ci vuole qualcosa di estremo, come l'Astra HD9, una bestia da 60 tonnellate che di solito possiamo vedere solo col binocolo da lontano, ma non oggi, perché io lo potrò guidare e ovviamente, come sempre, vi porto con me. Classe G? No grazie, preferisco l'Astra HD9. E poi l'altro mago che ci sta permettendo di fare questa magia, portare in cima 40 tonnellate di pietra come se stessimo guidando una Citroën 2 cavalli scarica, una piuma sulle dune del deserto. Beh, è anche questo cambio, che non è un cambio normale, questa è la Ferrari dei cambi quando si parla di mezzi speciali. Un cambio americano, anche qui firmato dagli specialisti della Allison. Vi dicevo, la Ferrari dei cambi quando si parla di mezzi pesanti. Allison, il fondatore, pensate, è colui che ha inventato, oltre a questa azienda che c'è ancora oggi, anche una cosuccia come la 500 miglia di Indianapolis insieme a un altro geniaccio, non so se l'avete mai sentito, Henry Ford. Beh, insomma, oggi fanno questi cambi che sono pazzeschi, diamo di terza. E avete sentito, il passaggio di marcia senza soluzione di continuità, non ho mai avuto perdite di trazione, di potenza nemmeno durante il passaggio di marcia. Voi capite che questo è fondamentale in off-road. Noi oggi stiamo facendo off-road a pieno carico, con un palazzo di 60 tonnellate. Come avviene questa magia? Perché qui non ho un cambio manuale, ovviamente, ma nemmeno un robotizzato, come spesso avviene sui veicoli di questo tipo. Qui ho un vero e proprio cambio automatico, con convertitore di coppia. Quindi, come avviene sulle auto più performanti, qui ho un vero e proprio convertitore di coppia che mi permette di avere grande spunto in partenza da fermo senza slittamenti. Anche se sono nei guai, a pieno carico, magari incontro un altro veicolo, mi fermo, devo ripartire, ho il cambio Allison, 7 marce. Appena do gas, lui mi dà motricità, cambio marcia e non ho mai perdite, vuoti di coppia. Un gioiello di ingegneria, tecnologia power shift, no vuoti di coppia, quello che ci vuole in off-road per tirarsi fuori dai guai e anche un po' per semplificarsi la vita. Anche perché voi dovete pensare che qui un operatore su questo Astra HD9 ci vive anche 8-9 ore al giorno.
Well, great to get these insights straight from someone driving and experiencing a truck with a fully automatic on board. Almost seems as easy as driving a passenger car. Is that something you hear more often from your customers, Melton?
Yes, we do hear it, absolutely. Whether these are heavy constructional trucks or a fully loaded refuse truck or a fire truck or a city or a large coach bus, we always receive the very positive and similar feedback from the drivers. It is just very easy to drive. You don't really have to think or use your left foot. You can just focus your eyes on the road and keep both hands on the steering wheel.
Very handy, a lot safer as well.
Yes. In some fleets, drivers are even arguing over who will drive the truck or bus with an Allison.
Really?
Yes.
That's funny. So they're arguing, I want to drive the Allison, something like that. Okay. Now, we learned earlier about the torque converter and the continuous power technology. Are there any other secrets that make these trucks so easy to operate and drive so smoothly?
We do have a secret. This additional technology to mention which is helping drivers, is dynactive shifting.
Dynactive shifting.
If you look at the 3D model here, you will see the TCM, the transmission control module. This control module is basically the brain of the transmission. In this control unit, dynactive shifting technology is embedded. So this innovative shift scheduling uses an algorithm to choose the most efficient shifting point based on the vehicle and environment parameters. So in a way, the transmission is self-learning and is optimizing the shifting point. This helps even further to enhance the smoothness of the drive.
Wow, so machine learning, clever stuff. Well, thanks, Melton, for these insights. And now it's time for another very exciting topic, Dakar Rally Racing, one of the toughest races in the world. With us in the studio today are Gerard de Rooij, multiple winner of the Dakar Rally, winner of the Africa Eco Race and team owner of Dakar Team de Rooij, and Chief Engineering Corné van Drunen. Hi guys, great that you can join us here in Studio Allison today. And what a pleasure to have you here to tell us more about rally racing and about your ambition to drive an electric rally truck. Gerard, I understand that rally racing has been a passion for your family for decades. And not only did your father win the Dakar twice in the 80s, but you're also a multiple winner in the truck category. So what do you need to win a Dakar rally?
First of all, you need a good team. You need a good truck. You need the good components to make the whole team work. So that's the most important thing. Have a good, have good components.
Right. Talking of components, we can see the automatic transmission here on the table. Quite a piece of engineering. So Corné, can you explain what advantages there are for the Allison fully automatic transmissions when driving a rally?
Yes, of course. First, the driver can more concentrate on the rally. Mm-hmm. That's very important. Second, there's no thinking about how to change the gears.
Right.
And a very smooth transmission on the driveline.
So keeping your hands on the wheel
yes.
is really important, yeah. I can imagine in those extreme conditions and with all those impacts on the rally truck, you probably have a lot of maintenance to do. Is that right?
Yes, that's right. But on the gearbox, we check it every day. We check the oil, and with the rest day, we change the oil of the gearbox, and that's all. Then we have more time for the other compounds.
That's it. That's it. After 800 kilometers a day in rough terrain.
Yes.
Wow. Okay, that's great. So you don't have to worry about the transmission then. Makes your life a lot easier.
Yeah.
And Gerard, I believe you're also planning to drive the Dakar with an electric truck the coming years.
Yep.
Yeah, can you tell us a bit more about that?
Yeah. Since a few years we changed our trucks to cleaner engines, to Euro 5, Euro 6. We don't want to have the black smoke anymore on the TV.
Not from these times.
No, and e-trucks are coming, so we decided to build one, and at this moment we are building one that is it looks like our old truck, but we changed the engine for electrical engine. Uh-huh. So it's a nice category.
But I can imagine that electrification for these heavy-duty rally trucks is still in an early stage of development. How will you be able to be ready in time with an electric truck for the race?
That's quite difficult, but we are at this moment we are building a truck. Many components are not on the market, so we are investigating in different directions for gearboxes, for electric engines, for batteries, for e-axles. There are many things that are coming in the future, but they are not available at this moment. So we're going to make an electric truck, but it's a very basic truck, and in the future we will make it.
Okay,
more,
you guys are true pioneers of electrification, and you're getting prepared for the future. But I also understand you're going to drive some rally trucks from the past. Can you tell us a bit more about these classic trucks?
Yeah, well, last year we took part on the Dakar Classic with one truck from 1983. It's the first truck from my father that had 2 engines. This year we will do the Dakar with 2 trucks, 2 classics, and it's a very nice category. It's a regularity rally, so it's not the same as our fast trucks. They drive a different route, but it's more about fun and having the experience to drive to Dakar. So it's really
Very
nice.
nice.
Yeah.
And from 1983, do you remember driving that truck yourself as a child?
No, I was 3 years old in this time, but later I've seen all the images and all the pictures, so I remember the truck, and it was always in our place, in our compound.
Great, so you're putting sort of new technology, combining that with old technology.
Yeah.
Fantastic. So you had a successful Dakar rally earlier this year.
Yeah, we were very, very successful. So just got back home, and now we're preparing the truck for the electrical truck for Dakar 23. So we're hoping for another success.
Well, great to hear about your ambitions to build and drive these electric trucks, and how you're embracing the roots of the race by driving those classic trucks with an Allison inside. Must be quite an undertaking. Thanks for sharing your story, and I wish you all the best for the upcoming rallies. Now, with this topic, we've come to the end of this show. Thank you, Gerard and Corneille, for joining us in the studio, and thanks to all of you for watching Studio Allison today, where we explore the world of extreme vehicles built for the brave. Also, check out our other episodes. Till next time, may the extreme forces be with you.